Hey, this is old Angry James and young, not really angry James with all hail internal combustion. Wait for the loud Harley to go by. We're finally getting around to doing the brakes on this thing. I actually did the passenger side yesterday, but we wanted to get the driver's side on video here. A lot of these older cars like this use an Allen wrench for your slide pin, so we've got that in there and he's breaking everything loose.
3/8.
This is the side that the bleeder broke off on, which is why we're replacing both calipers. We looked through the rest of the suspension system on the car and it's tight, which is kind of odd, but yeah, happy don't have to replace any ball joints, tie rod ends, anything like that. I mean, it's dirty, but it's all really tight. And we got new slide pins in with the new caliper, so we don't have to worry about these jokey things anymore. It's nasty. Yeah, and it's kind of weird because the brake pads over on this side are really worn down. And on the other side, they must have just did a pad slap because those pads were like brand new. So I don't get it. And this side caliper isn't hanging up. The other side was hanging up really bad. So that's another good reason to, replace it, because when your caliper hangs up, that does nothing but work your rotors and cook your pads.
I could sometimes be caused by clogged lines too, which they're new now.
And when we take this off, we're not going to open it up yet. Just set it up on the frame rail. And I open the other side up. Woo! Oh, I could have gotten another 52 miles out of them. Yeah, so we'll just set it up out of the way. But yeah, those are done. So now we got to take, this thing's got really cool dust caps on the center that I haven't seen before. There's like it's like a weird pattern. There's a spot where you can get in there to pry the cap off, and then there's another spot where you can get in there where you're hammering the cap on. I haven't seen these before. I don't know if they're factory, but I would very much like to not destroy them. You get you a little hammer. Now I was going to give him, I was going to give him that hammer, but he gets rambunctious, so he gets safety hammer. Which probably won't be enough to get it off.
Not about the size of the hammer.
Yeah, so I'll clean this dust cap off and I'll show you guys because I thought it was pretty cool. But this is the dust cover that came off the car. Had the same one on the passenger side. These ones are kind of cool. If you get in there with a screwdriver and tap here, you can tap it off, but then you can use this lower edge to tap it in. I've never seen this design before. I don't know if it's factory or some cool aftermarket, but I do like when things are designed really well.
What's going on there?
You put it upside down.
Yeah.
Oh, alright.
Also cut the ends of the cotter pin off.
Yeah.
But at least it's gonna come right out though.
Yeah, the other side, the cotter pin was in there, and I think a piece of an old cotter pin was in there, so he just decided to hammer it all through. which made for a very fun take apart. Alright, so now we can go ahead and take the rotor over to the workbench and we'll take it apart. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and pop the inner grease seal out of this thing. And we'll pull our inner bearing and put it into a bowl of gasoline. Clean it all up. Now before we put this thing onto our brake lathe, we're going to go ahead and try and get as much of this old nasty grease out of the inside of this thing as we can. And if y'all are putting these things back together, you do not need to fill the entire center section of the rotor up with grease. I'll show you when we put it back together, but I've always found that to be overkill and completely dumb and just a waste of grease. Because even in situations where, you know, as long as you're using the right disc brake grease, it doesn't melt and run away and go into the center section of the rotor. It kind of stays where you put it. So there's no need to overdo it.
Pack your bearings real good.
And I did just get new cutters on our brake lathe, and the one I did yesterday looks just about as good as if I had taken it to Napa or something else. So our brake lathe is still running pretty good, especially with new cutters on there. And once we get done turning this rotor, take a wire brush to all the really rusty parts and clean it up the rest of the way.
So you got dial calipers. Did you explain measuring the thickness? No.
I had dial calipers right here.
So typically there's a minimal that you're allowed to cut rotors down to. Sometimes they mark it on the rotor. Sometimes they don't. So it looks like they don't. Now we looked it up.
Don't be saying that kind of stuff about my rotor. Look, minimal thickness, 0.865.
0.865 inches. Okay.
That's on fraction.
All right. 0.865 is that?
Yeah, it's
That's the
across
whole
both
thing.
of them.
Okay, so we are at 1.02.
We could take about a foot off of these rotors and they'll still be okay.
At this point, we'll cut them and keep an eye on it, but it really isn't gouged up too bad, so I think we'll be able to take very little off of it, and we'll just measure it as we go. And even if we drop just below that number, we're going to run them anyway. Pops knows that once these pads are dead, he's going to need new rotors too, but this thing has been getting the money can in here lately, replacing everything. That's kind of how these getting back on the road projects go. But at least we know the brakes. We like to make sure things are done correctly in the sense that, I mean, I'm sure these rotors are $70 a piece.
I found them for 45.
Okay, that's not too bad.
But right now, I don't feel like spending another $45 after I just spent money on pads and brake lines and NICOP. I probably got about $250 in the braking system so far.
And we haven't even looked at the back brakes at all, and we probably won't.
I'm just going to pretend they're not there. All right, so we're going to take this thing over and put it on the brake lathe. Okay, so on this rotor, the pads have bedded in on the material, and it raises up here on the inside, and it raises up a little bit on the outside. So we want to be careful with our first cut, because I noticed with this thing, it doesn't like to come in off of the edge. So we're going to have to bring it in to take this edge off, and then as it's feeding itself out, it'll take care of this outside, but we don't want it to be too severe, because this thing does not like taking really big cuts, so we're going to go slow at first.
Probably not great for our teeth either.
No.
Yeah. Yours cut?
Skim it.
Do you want to take them out first?
No, I want to come at it from this direction. Need to go in and take an edge off?
Yeah. Alright, you're going back to the center of the rotor?
Yeah.
I don't know. Where are you going? Go towards the center?
Yeah.
I didn't cut anything off. I barely nicked it. How do you look?
Yeah, lock it down.
Lock it down?
Yeah.
Alright, go ahead. You're gonna bring it back out? Let
Yeah.
me just start it up, and I'm gonna walk it in real slow. I don't
Lock down?
No, I'm trying to get it to, you're like not even to the ridge yet. Like wait until I can set it at the perfect depth. think I barely just took the ridge off. Yeah, I think I'm good. My ridge is just a tiny bit bigger. Yep. Yeah, I took my ridge off perfect.
Yeah, I'm about ready to run, so.
Okay. You want to take it back in? Let's loosen these guys. How much further do you want to take it in? Get it loose. Right. Two notches?
Yeah. All right, so now we got our ridge taken off on the inside, so we can start to actually cut the rotor. And we're going to run it out on fast speed. On our final finish for it, we'll do slow speed. Well, we went to go bleed the brakes, and this is the proportioning valve. It got stuck. It wasn't letting us bleed the brakes, and when we took it apart, it was so munged up with crap on the inside that we're pretty sure it was never going to work. So I went ahead and ordered a new one. You can't get these from Advanced or AutoZone or Napa or anybody anymore. I ordered one off of Amazon, so let's cross our fingers and testicles and hope that works. But I did order one, and I mean, I really don't know how to explain what this does. It just lets fluid to the front and the rear brakes. Then say if you have a line failure in the rear, there's a piston that goes in here. I don't even know where the hell the piston is. Oh, it's inside.
Yeah.
There's a piston that goes in here. Yeah, so you can't even get it out. And we were trying to get it out.
Oh, it's supposed to move all back and forth, and then you're supposed to be able to get it back to the center.
Yeah, that ain't never happening. Because it was disgusting on the inside. And the O-rings are all tore up, and this thing is way past its life.
Amazingly, we got this out. This was the easiest part of the entire job today. Like, looking at this thing when it was together, it was like...
That ain't going to come out.
I said, give me a breaker bar. I'm going to break it off. And it came right apart.
Yeah, so that was the only easy part of it. But, yeah, what it does is when you blow a line, this little valve right here will shift to one side or another. That'll ground your brake switch out, and that'll throw the light on your dashboard telling you got a brake issue.
And you're supposed to be able to press this pin in the end of this, and it'll push that back engage, but supposedly that only works if the front brakes go out. This doesn't work if the back brakes go out and it slides forward. It supposedly doesn't work. So, I mean, I guess that kind of makes sense because pushing it back would re-engage it. So, anyway, there's supposed to be a little tool too. We're wondering, because I've bled these cars out before and I never did anything to the proportioning valve and everything was fine. But supposedly, you're supposed to take this out and put a pin that locks this piston into place so that it won't move while you're bleeding it out. Like I said, I've bled this kind of system out tons of times without ever touching the proportioning valve. So maybe it was seized in the middle. We think this one was seized and the front brakes were never really working. We didn't drive the car very much. And before we realized it was only running on a few cylinders. So
Yeah, so the parts will be here on Tuesday. I'm just going to go ahead and wrap this video up here. And then on Tuesday, we'll get back into it. We'll put the new proportioning valve in, see how everything turns out. So basically, from the passenger compartment forward, every damn thing is new, except for the rotors. And the rotors came out within spec, so
yeah,
we should be good for a while.
And this is why he didn't buy rotors, because there was going to be more things to spend money on.
Yeah, it figures that, you know, that the black cloud came over my head and said, oh, spend a little bit more. So, yeah, officially now we're probably not going to be going to Carlisle because I got way too much money dumped into this damn car. So maybe the piece of crap will actually make it there for spring Carlisle. Yay. This is James from All Hail Internal Combustion. I hope you get stuff done today and don't have to spend a damn dime on it. I'm spending it all for you. See you next time. Thanks for watching. Thanks for liking. Thanks for subscribing. Share our video. See you next time.
Watch other videos.
Yeah, watch our other videos too. Help us out.
Even if you're not actually watching them.
We're on the corner shaking the cup. Can you please help out and watch old videos?
You don't even have to actually watch them.
Yeah, just let them play while you're sleeping or something.
Yeah.
Might sound creepy with me talking in the background while you're sleeping, but, you know, we're grown-ups. We'll get over it.
It could be worse.
See you next time.